And so it is, beloved masters. The money is energy. Everything in your world is energy. The electricity in your home, the power in your cell phone, when you switch on your computer, the movement of currency all around the world, more often than not anymore, is not the movement of cash nearly so much as it is the movement of an electrical signal. And so, beloved masters, the money is always there. It's the currency that is everything on the planet. It is a part of your energy. And it's always there. So where are you? If you don't feel that the money is there, if you don't recognize your integration with the flow of energy called money, it may very well be that some old belief system is moving to the surface to be forgiven, and that may be temporarily blocking the flow of that currency, that energy called money. Anger, frustration, impatience, worry, fear, doubt, all tend to block the energy flow, the currency flow, not only of that energy called money, but of energy to your physical form, energy to your body, your mind, your emotions, all of your subtle bodies that operate in the physical world. So, bringing yourself into alignment with the currency flow is not about working harder, trying more, doing, thinking, trying, because even though the planet appears to be very embroiled in old energies, it is, beloved masters, the subtle energies of the whole planet are moving upward. They're raising in their frequency. And so the old ways of attempting to achieve the money you need, the money you want, the money that you have to have, the money that you don't have. The way to achieve it is not thinking about how you are going to manage to get it. Take a deep breath and let go of the ball of energy in your solar plexus, the tight belly, the frustrated mind. Just let it all go. Let it go. Release it. And as you let go of the tension in your thoughts, in your body, in your emotional center, around the currency flow called money, you may actually feel energy begin to move that is bringing you the connection to the supply that is always available. Even though all of the emotional conflict can draw the veil so that you don't believe the money is there. You believe it's out there. You don't believe it's with you because you can't see it. And very often the mind says, and you don't have any proof that there is ever going to be the money that you need. And we'll quickly go through the information briefly about neediness as it builds walls and prevents you from accessing and achieving what you desire. Everything, divine, beloved, creative masters, that you require is right with you. And separation has spent lifetimes convincing you that it's not. You have been taught that the money you require is with someone else, that the money that you desire may even belong to someone else. And now, in the energy of these times, it is as though all of the gates of discipline, of virtue, of courtesy, of consideration are being blown away. And more people in their desperation are finding ways to get money that have no measure of ethic. The brilliant mind of the hacker, of the identity thief, of those that would go on Facebook or YouTube and hack into someone's account to gain access to information about other people. And these entities have absolutely no idea of what they are setting in motion for themselves. The mind says easy money. But the truth of it is, beloved masters, there is and always has been and always will be divine law. Divine law which supersedes the changeable, chaotic laws of humanity. And even though the law of humanity says it's inappropriate to steal, very often there are games around the theft. If banks and large corporations are committing acts of, shall we call it, illusion, to gain more money, if there is a lack of clarity in what they are telling and selling, they believe that that is called good business. But it does not matter how inappropriate energy is involved in gaining currency that is not a part of the flow that would come to that particular individual. Divine law says there will be a balance. And very often that balance, as we spoke about when we talked about karma, will come in such a way that it doesn't appear to be about money. And so the logical, practical mind says, well, if this was going to be the balance for inappropriate action around money, then it would be that someone would come and perhaps steal from me. But the balance may come in diminished energy, in waning health, in feelings of abandonment, of loneliness, some measure of deprivation to get the attention. It isn't really, beloved masters, honestly, punishment. It's simply balance. So, as you are looking at your bank account, as you are going through your obligations, as you are feeling as though there is chronically too much month at the end of the money, then it is, beloved masters, it isn't about getting more tense, more worried, more concerned. It isn't about fighting harder, trying more. If those things were going to bring you a greater income, they would have worked a long time ago for the whole planet. But when you let it go, start your day. God, I can hardly wait to see what you are going to bring I today. Now, this is a wonderful affirmation that can draw all manner of good things, money among them. but all manner of good, the currency flow of the universe. God, I can hardly wait to see what you are going to bring out today. And then feel into your solar plexus and consider, do I really believe in God? And be honest and be clear. You have been told to believe in God all through the illusion. When you came from the Godhead into physicality, you were absolutely clear about your connection to God. But now, at the end of the game of separation, when all of that old energy of illusion is falling apart, where is your faith in God? What do you trust? Do you honestly, beloved masters, trust anything? And this is not a time for the right answers. This is a time for honesty and clarity with yourself. It isn't that God has gone anywhere, or that God would. But it is that if you have, through separation, attempted to break those connections, then restoring your faith and trust and moving beyond just a belief in God to the internal recognition of your at-one-ment. I am that I am is not just words spoken. It is an affirmation of an energetic connection to all, God, Goddess, all that is, in every aspect of your life and beingness. You may find, as you examine the situation, that the only one that you believe you trust is you. And then comes the consideration. Are you really comfortable with someone like you taking care of you? And this is not a judgment against you. This is a point of clarification. Because everything that has been involved in the negative polarity of separation is amping to the extreme on the planet. So, getting clear, where is your faith? What do you trust? Who do you trust? Are you willing to restore your trust in God and your connection to God? so that you are a vessel to be filled with the energy essence of God. So let's talk about how you use your energy. You could say every morning, the mind probably needs a time. So we'll say, as one day rolls to the other, every morning around midnight, God puts 100 units of currency into your energy account. 100 units. 100 units of currency for you to get through the day. So you wake up in the morning and the first thought that you have is a shot of fear about everything that's waiting on you. And 100 units of currency is now 95. If it was a really big pang of fear, it might even be only 90 units of currency by now. And as you sit and worry about what's going to happen on this day, it takes energy to worry. Now, beloved masters, it really does take far more energy to worry than it does to feel good. Because feeling good is self-restorative. The more that you feel good, the more that you feel good. The more that you invest your energy in negative thinking, worry, doubt, fear, anger, frustration, blame, doubt, judgment, the more currency it takes. So the truth of the matter is that probably at least 75% of the population has virtually depleted their 100 units of currency before they reach the lunch hour. Positive thinking can restore it. But positive thinking really isn't happening in the finite mind, in the cranial brain, because the ego plays games with the currency. If you're going to get some money, you can feel very good. If you know that it's going to be there, you can feel very safe and very secure. If you think it might be there, you use a little bit more energy because you can't be sure till you have the proof. And if you're hoping that there's money coming, but you have your doubts, that's going to take a little bit more energy. So, wisdom in your use of personal currency. in your energy. And the egoic mind says, I can't help myself from worrying. And the truth, beloved masters, is, of course you can. But you have to really desire to make the changes that will lift you out of those places of worry and limitation. And the majority of the world is so busy looking out to see what other people are doing, they're not really paying attention to how this wonderful energy fund that God grants every day is flowing away in judgment and criticism, in control and force. And those energies have been there for so very long that people just tend to accept them as a natural part of things. Yet, right now on the earth, every day, the energy flow of chaos is being amplified. And more people believe that if they are doing it, whatever it is, then I get to do it also. It's becoming a planet of siblings standing before God and saying, how come they get to do whatever they want to do, and I can't do what I want to do because the church told me not to? My parents told me I couldn't. I'm not supposed to be a bad person, but they are being bad people, and apparently they're getting away with it. They're not. And neither are you. Because there are good people that are using up a lot of their currency, getting upset because bad people aren't being punished effectively, sufficiently, currently, and they want retribution. So arm everyone on the planet, and the first thing a lot of them will do is go and rob a bank or steal from a store or perhaps kill someone that they don't believe deserves as much as they do. And they're not absolved of karma. And the mind says, I believe the master's gotten off the track here. I thought we were going to talk about the money and where is it? No. I said the money's always right there. Where are you? So What I have basically been pointing out is some of the places that people are that the money isn't, because the money is always available. It is a part of the love of God. And interestingly enough, beloved masters, from our perspective, there's always plenty. Do you trust plenty? Do you accept plenty? How much good can you bear before your mind either starts wondering how long it's going to last before it goes away, or worrying about your capability of keeping up with the amount of effort that is required to bring in the amount of currency, the amount of money that you need. Let go of need. Take the thought, the idea, the concept, the energy, the word of need, and put it in the violet flame. And in the void that you create by letting go of all of those aspects of need, bring into your solar plexus. This is not a thought. This is a concept of energy. Bring in plenty. Feel it. Plenty. When you begin to feel into the word plenty, it just goes on and on.